I'm not sure what order all these videos are going to come out in, but yesterday I made that cheese sauce, or a couple days ago, and I ground up the last batch of that, took it out of the dehydrator. Then I made the bean noodles, and I'm not quite done with those. Those are going to get put on the back burner because I decided I wanted to make some cinnamon rolls today. I need to bake bread today. As most of you know, I make the majority of our bread. We still use some store-bought bread, but I make the majority. And so I needed to bake bread today, and I thought, it's a cold, snowy day. Let's have chili and cinnamon rolls. I just thought everybody did that. I mean, our school served it growing up, and chili and cinnamon rolls are just a thing. Well, I found out it's more of a Midwest thing. So tonight's supper is chili and cinnamon rolls. You've all seen me bake bread, and so I'll show you how I make little loaves. So I'm going to make at least, typically my recipe will make 2 large loaves or 5 of my small loaves. So I'm going to make 2 pans of bread and maybe a third, I'm not sure yet, and the rest will be some cinnamon rolls. So let's get busy and do that. Okay, you've seen me make bread. My bread dough, same old stuff. I've been making this recipe for years and years and years, and truly had, unless I forget to put in the yeast and the eggs, I just haven't had a flop. I put my I spray my pans. If I don't have that, I grease them with lard. And I don't know, I used to roll it out and do all this extra stuff, and anymore I just kind of fold it up on itself like you would a dinner roll. And plop it in the pan, shape it to the pan, and this will go in the oven with the light on and covered with a towel until it's all raised up. So I'm going to get that done and come back and we'll roll out the stuff. I've kind of taken this dough and just kind of spread it out for starters. And just get the rolling pin and roll it out. My mom used to make cinnamon rolls every Saturday, and my dad he worked a full-time job and then on weekends he worked for a local farmer, and that's how we were able to be raised on steak when I was a kid, because that's how the farmer paid my dad, was in meat. Anyway, I'm just going to roll this out to whatever thickness I feel like rolling it out today. You know me, everything changes every time. Okay, I got it rolled out. I've got a stick of almost melted butter. I use brown sugar. This little Tupperware thing is what I keep my cinnamon and sugar in, but for right now I've added extra cinnamon, and I'll use that. I used to take cinnamon by the spoon, and then I'd have blobs of cinnamon. Not good. And in my pan I have taken some parchment paper. A trick that I learned that works really well is crinkle it all up into a ball, get it wet, shake the water out, and stick it in your pan. It'll stay there. Because I think what I'm going to do this time is, with the leftover brown sugar and butter, I'm going to make like a caramel sauce and put on the bottom before I put the rolls in. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, put my butter on here. Zip. And the brown sugar. Spread it around. And here's my cinnamon. Yeah, see? Better use the sprinkle side because I got a big blob there and that does not taste good. Let's use this side. I like cinnamon in my cinnamon rolls, but there is such a thing as too much. And trust me, it is not good. All right, now I'm going to just start rolling them up. And I kind of stretch and pull as I roll them. My mom used to put raisins in some of them, and I really like raisins in my cinnamon rolls, but I'm the only one in my family that does, so I don't add raisins anymore. Okay, then I have several ways that I cut the rolls. I'm going to try the dental floss, although this is that wax stuff. I don't really like it, but we'll see. It's the wax and it's flat. It's not round, so it just may not do the trick. Not bad. Anyway, these are going to be little. If you want your cinnamon rolls great big around, I could have rolled my dough the other way and then I would have had those great big cinnamon rolls. But you know, it's whatever you want. I cut them about 1.5 inches thick, put them in the pan, and then I will be putting them in the oven with the bread and cover them up and let them rise. And all I do is I use the I turn the oven light on, and that's just enough heat. I like this thing. Works a lot better than a knife, less mess. All right, I'm gonna get these all put in there. Gee whiz, guys, why didn't you say something? I forgot to mix the butter and brown sugar and put it in the pan. It's a good thing I got that done. Next time you're gonna have to speak up a little louder. Anyway, I'm just going to go spread this very thin across the bottom of the pan, and that'll make a nice caramel. And I might even get some pecans and toss in there. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know what I decide. I decided to go ahead and add some pecans. I had pecan halves, so I just kind of run them in my little mini food processor real quick. Chopped them up, and now I gotta put these cinnamon rolls back in the pan. Remember, you guys know you gotta count for me, and you gotta remind me because I'm always forgetting stuff. But I'll get these all put in. I'll be back. Okay guys, here's what I ended up with. As I got towards the middle, the rolls got bigger, so what I did was I'm gonna let them spread out instead of up. And I took the little ends, put them in a tart pan, because you know that the old farmer and I are going to have to try these as soon as they come out of the oven. All right, they're going in the oven, covered in a towel with the loaves of bread, and I'll show you when they're done. All right, guys, here's my cinnamon rolls. I just got them out of the oven, and actually they're pretty good size. And I'm going to try to flip them over so that the caramel side is up. I am not going to record me doing that because I would hate for you to hear what might come out of my mouth when I slop it all over the place. But I'll come back when it's done. I might or might not share what takes place. Well guys, I got a little bit bigger pan because I didn't want, that other pan I had, it didn't set down in, but it flipped over really well. So, by the time this cools off, it ought to be just what I like, kind of a chewy, crunchy caramel. Okay guys, this is how I do cinnamon rolls. I don't always do this, but those are my homemade cinnamon rolls. Now I gotta get the chili, and it's a traditional chili and cinnamon roll dinner tonight.